Hey guys, and welcome back to Yoga Fusion. We are going to be doing a stress relief class today, which I'm super excited for. It's going to be 30 minutes, and I'm going to recommend a few props for this class if you guys have some while you're at home. Since it's a stress relief class, it's all about letting go. So if you like to decorate the space around your mat, I usually like to put rocks. I collect rocks and I collect stones and stuff, and I like to place that around my mat, just sort of as like a decoration that helps me relax. You can use dried flowers as well, or if you guys have essential oils that you can put on your wrist or just like around you with a candle or something like that, that's also a great tool that you can use to help relax throughout the class. So we're gonna go ahead and get started by standing on the top edge of the mat. And we'll start with just a big deep breath. So breathe in through the nose, and we'll just sigh out through the mouth. We're gonna start standing because today is a short class, but we'll make our way down to the mat for some extra stress relieving postures towards the end. So go ahead and start standing. If you're comfortable closing the eyes, you can go ahead and let the eyes close. And we'll do another big deep breath here. So breathe in through the nose and just kind of sigh it out through the mouth. You can even make the sigh audible if you'd like. Let the shoulders relax and sort of shake out the arms. And then place the hands on the hips, and we'll just start by rocking some weight forward into the toes. Maybe the heels lift a little bit, and then rock some weight back. Lift those toes off the mat. And keep going back and forth here. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you can close the eyes and do this, and just really works with those small muscles in the feet to keep you stable. And then from here, find that center point where half the weight is in the front of the feet, half the weight is in the back of the feet. And with an inhale, we'll reach the arms up. And then exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, palms touch at the top. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. And one more time, inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Go ahead and press the palms together at the center. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides, and stand all the way up, palms touch at the top. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Again, press the palms together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides, and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and separate the feet here. Drop the hands and just shake it out. Let the arms be dead weight. Twist is coming from the hips. And then coming back through the center, we'll interlace the hands behind us. With an inhale, reach the knuckles down and lift the chest up. You can gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale, we're gonna fold forward as we reach the knuckles up towards the ceiling, the crown of the head towards the floor. You can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Rock some weight forward into the balls of the feet, big breath in. And exhale, release the hands. Plant your right hand or fingertips to the floor. Bring your left hand to the low back. Point the elbow up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit deeper of a twist, you can bring your hand around and grab onto the right hip crease. And then feel free to straighten the left leg, bend the right knee. Big breath in here. And we'll just exhale over to the other side. So fingertips or palms to the floor. Right hand to the low back. This time straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Taking whichever variation you took on the other side. Big breath in and exhale, release. Heel toe the feet apart a little bit more, and we'll just bend into one knee at a time. Sinking the hips from side to side. Pretty small movement here. We're gonna move into our yogi squat next, so go ahead and prepare for that by grabbing onto the front edge of the mat. And then meet me in the center, big breath in. Exhale, squat. And grabbing onto the front of the mat is optional. You can just hold here. And then we're just gonna straighten the legs. Exhale, squat. One more time, straighten. And go ahead, yogi squat and hold. Press the inner thighs into the elbows. Have the elbows pressed back. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand straight up. Bring the hands to the hips. Step the feet together. Shift the weight into your right foot. And then we'll circle this left knee around. About 3 to 4 big circles out, and then we'll switch to going in. Nice, and then we'll bring this knee back forward. Lift the knee as much as you can, straighten that leg, flex the foot, and hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Open up the hands, bend the knee, reach this leg back for warrior 3. Find a focal point, something to stare at to help you balance. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your right knee, bring the left toes to the floor behind you. Reach the arms up in line with the ears, high crescent lunge. Nice. From here, sink into the hips. Stack this right knee right over the right ankle. You want to straighten your back left leg as much as you can. We'll interlace the thumbs and inhale to reach up. Exhale, side bend over. And then let's come right back up. And we'll do a few lunges to warm up the thighs a little bit more. So hands to the hips, big breath in. Exhale, bend the back knee and straighten. Twice more, bend and straighten. Last one, bend and straighten. Go ahead and open up the hands, drop the back heel, and open up for warrior 2. Wide stance here. Again, your right knee is still stacked over that ankle. Check out your arms, make sure they're in line with the shoulders, and really strong legs here. So some engagement here. Fire up the inner thighs, glutes, and core. And then flip the front palm. Reach straight up in the air for peaceful warrior. Come back, warrior 2. Inhale, reach up. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one, inhale, reach up. And exhale, warrior 2. Hold here and reach forward. Reach as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach until you can't reach anymore. And then bring your right elbow to your thigh. Left arm in line with the ears. And we'll do a few arm circles here. Go ahead and switch the direction of those circles. Big deep breaths with all of these movements. And then from here, we'll go ahead and use this circle to pull ourselves right back up. Straighten the front leg, hands to the hips. Close the stance just a little for your triangle pose. And we'll just ease into it, little side to side movement with the hips. And then press the hips to the back, reach your front arm forward, and then we'll tilt down into triangle pose. Gaze up at those top fingertips and hold here and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull yourself right back up. Hands to the hips. Have both your toes face the long edge of the mat, so we're coming to this wide 5-pointed star. And then hands come to the hips. We're just going to circle the hips around, big hula hooping circles. So all of these movements that I'm doing into and out of posture are called kriyas. All of these circling movements, and they're just like warm-up movements to help you get into postures a bit deeper and really develop mindfulness. So you want to find your breath. Go ahead and switch the direction of your circles. You want to find your breath. Breathe in a way that's intuitive to you. So I typically inhale as my hips come forward, and then exhale as my hips go back for these circles as an example. And try to stick with that throughout your practice. Next time your hips are going to the back, we're going to come down into a wide leg forward fold. So press those hips to the back, walk your hands down your legs. And then you can bring the fingertips to the floor in front of you. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold. Hold here. Rock some weight forward and backwards and sort of see how that changes the stretch for you as you rock some weight into the front of the feet, the balls of the feet. You might feel a deeper stretch in the back of the legs, and then you can sort of ease out of it, into and out of it with the breath. You can grab on the opposite elbows and just kind of relax here. And then we'll half lift, fingertips to the floor, just like we did before in the warm-up. We'll bend into one knee, And then straighten that leg, bend into the other knee. So we're just taking a side to side movement here. You can start to walk the hands from side to side. You can also start to point the toes of the leg that's straightening. Of the leg that's bent, your heel may or may not stay on the ground. It's totally up to you and the way this posture feels in your body. And try to stay low to the ground as we move from side to side here. So we're trying to get this movement nice and smooth. Keep it nice and low so we have this nice exchange between strength and flexibility. Do about one more time each side. And then we'll meet back in the middle, straighten the legs. Walk the hands to the front of the mat as you bend back into the front knee, and then drag your front foot back into plank. Take a breath in here for plank. With your exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down to the belly. And then inhale, cobra pose, exhale, lower down. A little bit more work for the posterior chain. We're gonna bring the hands in front of you here, and we're gonna start off with a quad stretch. So just resting on the belly, we're gonna bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand, grab onto this foot, and think like half bow, but instead of pressing your foot into your hand, we're just gonna let the chest relax down and pull the heel down towards the glutes. And even if you want, you can bring your forehead to your forearm and just kind of relax here. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth. And then we'll move into half bow. We'll just lift the head up, press the top of the foot into your hand. If it helps, you can straighten your right arm and sort of use the pinky side edge of your hand to press into the floor to lift you up. Try lifting that left knee as well. And hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax back down. And let's switch sides. Quad stretch on the other side. So we'll bend the right knee, reach back, grab on to the outer edge of the foot. And then start off with the quad stretch first. You can bring the forehead to the forearm and then just pull the right heel towards the glutes with the breath. So breathe in, exhale, stretch. We'll take about 3 breaths here. Okay, so with your next inhale, we'll look up. Press the right foot into the right hand for that quad stretch and that back bend. And then straighten out this left hand, pinky side edge to the floor. And hold here, half bow pose. Lift that right leg as high as you can. Breathe deeply, balancing on the pelvis for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax back down. Bring the hands by the sides. Option to press up on your knees or strict push-up, elbows by the side. Press up through plank, hips up, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, gaze forward in between the hands. We're gonna hop the feet into yogi squat. So breathe in, exhale, hop the feet to the outsides of the hands, yogi squat. And then we'll go ahead and stand it up and shake it out. Step the feet together. Shake out the hands, the wrists, swing it out if you need to. And we'll do the same sequence, similar sequence on the other side. So when you're ready, coming into our balance posture first, hands to the hips, shift the weight into your left foot, find your focal point, and then we'll circle this right knee around. About 3 to 4 times going out first, and then switch to inward circles, internal rotation. And then bring this thigh parallel to the ground, knee forward. Open up the hands, lift the knee as high up as you can without any assistance from the hands, and then straighten this leg. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee. Let's move into our warrior 3. Take your time. If you need to move a little bit slower, feel free to move a little bit slower. And straighten out this back leg. Tilt down so that your body is making a parallel line with the floor. Really press through the heel of your back foot and reach through the crown of the head in the opposite direction. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your standing leg. Place the right toes on the floor behind you. We're coming into our high crescent lunge. Reach the arms up in line with the ears. Find your balance here, so take your time. Breathe in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Allow your shoulders to relax down away from the ears. And just breathe here. We're gonna come into our side stretch. So interlace the thumbs. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, side bend over. Straighten through that back leg. And then we'll come right back up. Let's do a few lunges. So hands to the hips. Big breath in. Exhale, bend the back knee. And straighten. Exhale, bend. And straighten. One more time, bend. And straighten. Open up the hands. Drop your back heel. Let's open up into Warrior 2. Taking a few seconds to find your stance in Warrior 2. We're moving through that peaceful warrior kriya. So flip the front palm, inhale, reach up, bend a little bit more into your front knee, and exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the arm, reach up, exhale, Warrior 2. One more time, inhale, reach up as high as you can, a little bit higher, and exhale, Warrior 2. Reach forward as far as you can, elbow to thigh, back arm in line with the ears, and we'll circle this arm around. Go ahead and switch direction of your circles. Continuing to breathe here, remembering the purpose of this class is stress relief. Go ahead and pull yourself right back up. So all that means, all we're changing is just our mentality behind these movements. So we're developing that mindfulness. So again, transitioning into triangle pose. Start off with a little bit of movement in the hips. And then hips go to the back. Reach the arms forward, tilt down, triangle pose, gaze down, or up at the fingertips. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull yourself right back up. Have your toes face the mat again. So you're facing the long edge of the mat, but in the opposite direction. And then hands to the hips, do a little side-to-side movement with the hips, stretching out through the inner thighs a little bit more. And then turn the heels in and the toes out, and we'll move through a few goddess squats. So again, the intention behind this, stress relief and mindfulness. So we're still working the body, we're working the thighs, we're working the core and the glutes, but you want to be able to check in with yourself throughout these movements, and rather than push, 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 you're really feeling the burn and feeling the exercise and the strength that you're building, and then also being mindful enough to give yourself a break if you need a break. So with an inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, bend the knees, goddess squat, sort of sink into it here. You can move side to side some just to sort of ease into the stretch. And then we'll take our cow face arms. So we'll bend the right elbow, coming into a tricep stretch. Press the back of the head into the forearm. And then you can hold here or take a bind by reaching your left arm around and back and grab onto your fingertips. Keep pressing the back of the head into the forearms and keep sinking into the hips. Press your knees back towards the wall behind you and hold here. Breathe. Hold here for as long as you can. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the hands. Straighten the legs. Keep the feet apart. We're going to do the bind on the other side. Just take a second to shake it out. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sink into those hips. Try to keep a nice long spine here, a nice straight spine. And then we'll bend the left elbow. Wiggle that hand down in between the shoulder blades. Press the back of the head into the forearms. Sink into those hips. To take the bind, reach the right arm around. If you don't find your fingertips, you can just grab onto your shirt. Or if you have a strap, you can use a strap. You might feel a little bit of shake here. If you can hold it, and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the bind, straighten the legs. Excellent work here, guys. Inhale, lift that chest nice and high. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands to the floor in front of you with an inhale, half lift, wide leg, downward facing dog. Walk your hands about 12 inches in front of you. And with an exhale, press the hips back. Belly goes like in the direction of in between the thighs. And gaze down in between the legs as well. Hold here and breathe. You can take a cleansing breath here if you'd like. Breathing in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. And then walk your hands back in between the legs and then walk your hands forward. So you're in this lunge. And we're just gonna slide our front foot back into plank. A little bit more back bending here. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down to your belly. All the way down to the belly. And then this time we're gonna do a double quad stretch. So just like before, you can rest your forehead on the mat this time. We're gonna grab onto both ankles, start with the quad stretch, and then press the feet into the hands to open up into bow pose. So quad stretch first. Go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the forehead to the mat. And then reach back and grab on to your ankles. Big breath in here. Try to squeeze those legs together. And then press the heels in towards the glutes. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and press the ankles into the hands to lift the chest. And then from here, see if you can take it a little further by lifting the thighs as well. This is full bow pose. If it's hard to grab onto the ankles and hold on, you can take a locust pose here instead. Wherever you are, hold and breathe. You might rock a little back and forth with a breath. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Make a little pillow with the hands, drop the heels side to side. And then bringing the feet back to the floor, hands by your sides. Again, press up on the knees or strict push up. Pass through plank and then hips up, downward facing dog. Walk your dog a couple of times here. We're gonna hop forward into our yogi squat. So big breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, hop the feet lightly. Yogi squat. And then from here, we're gonna transition into boat pose. So we'll just reach those arms out, sink the hips back, bring the feet off the floor. If you need to, you can grab on behind the thighs and lift the chest, relax the shoulders. And then from here, release the hands. Big breath in. Exhale, lower into low boat. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Place the feet on the floor. Drop the knees out to the sides. Butterfly. So from here, you can grab onto the ankles or the balls of the feet and then circle the shoulders over the hips. Do about 3 to 4 circles in one direction and then switch direction. Again, developing that sense of mindfulness and sort of checking in, feeling how this stretch or this sensation feels in your body. And then from here, use your hands, pull the knees back together, And let's roll back onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest and rock a little side to side. And then from here, go ahead and drop the feet back down to the floor. Let's come into a hamstring stretch first. So with the knees bent, we'll straighten the right leg. Flex the foot so you point the heel of your right foot towards the ceiling. Grab on behind your right leg. Press your thigh into your hands so that your hands are straight. And then straighten your left leg. Press the heel of your left foot towards the wall in front of you. From here, you're engaging through the belly to press the low back into the ground. And you're really flexing the quads. So we're getting that stretch by flexing the opposite muscle group. Stretch the quads, flex the quads in order to stretch the hamstrings. Hold here. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can grab on with your first two fingers to your right big toe. And that's going to give you a much deeper stretch. Make sure you keep this left leg engaged and heel to the floor. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to let this right leg fall out to the side and open up. If you don't have a grip on your big toe, you can move your hand to your ankle or your shin and just let the foot fall out to the side. Sort of let gravity do the work here. I typically bring my left arm out to the side, sort of as a counter balance. And your left shoulder might lift just a little, maybe about 1 inch or 2. Hold here and breathe. Keep that left leg engaged for 3, 2, and 1. Bring this leg back up. Grab onto the big toe with the left hand, and we're only going to take this a teeny tiny bit across the center line of the body. Reach your right arm out to the side. Bring your right leg towards the center line of the body, but don't twist so much that your right hip comes off the floor. We're just bringing it over about 1 inch or 2 for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring yourself back to center, bend both knees. Take a moment to breathe here. Feel the difference between each side. We're going to do the left side now. So whenever you're ready, we'll straighten the left leg. Start off by interlacing the hands behind the left thigh. Flex that foot, heel of the foot pointing up towards the ceiling. Engage through the quads really, really strongly here so that you get a deeper, safer stretch for the hamstrings. And then straighten this right leg. You can keep the heel on the floor, but keep the foot flexed, engage through the right quads as well. Press the hamstrings into your hands so that your arms are straight. Hold here and breathe. So you should be making like a letter L with the legs. And same progression as before. You can just stay here with the hands on the thighs or the shin, or you can move up to the big toe. First two fingers of the left hand grab onto the big toe. Right arm comes out to the side. Big breath in. With your exhale, let this left leg fall out to the side. Just as far as it'll go. Your right shoulder might lift a little bit off the floor. Keep this right leg flexed. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Engage through the adductors. Pull that leg right back up. Engage through the core and then grab on. Opposite hand to the big toe. So your left hand's going to come out to the side, rest on the floor. And just like we did before, we're going to pull the left leg a little bit across the center line, about 1 inch across the center line. Keep your left hip on the ground. So try not to lift your left side of your pelvis. Keep your pelvis flat on the ground. Hold here and breathe. This is just stretching the hamstrings from a little bit of a different angle. So we're just focused on the back of the legs here. Really great if you're a runner. Really helps to loosen up, helps you to relax. And hopefully it helps you to release some stress as well. Stretching out through places where we're really tight in our bodies can really help us to relieve stress. From here, come back through the center, bend the knees, take your time here, bend both knees, wiggle your feet apart and just kind of let the knees fall in towards each other. It's like the opposite of butterfly pose. Bring your arms out to the side. Big breath into the nose, sigh out through the mouth. And then from here, we're gonna stretch those legs out and move into Savasana. You should feel nice and long in your Savasana, feel nice and relaxed as well. You can bring your hands down by your sides and just let your body be completely heavy. We will hold Savasana for about a minute, so that gives you some time to completely relax, completely let go. You can have a soft gaze towards the ceiling, otherwise let the eyes close and just completely relax. If you need to sigh to help yourself relax, sigh it out. And for the next 30 seconds or so, try to avoid thinking of a to-do list or thinking about what's coming up next. Just allow yourself to be in this moment, completely stress-free, completely relaxed, letting go of the muscular engagement, letting go of your thoughts, and finally letting go of the breath as well. And then gently waking yourself back up. You can wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, ankle circles, wrist circles. Bend the knees and place the feet flat on the floor. Then pick your favorite side and roll over into little fetal position, taking your time to wake yourself back up. And when you're ready, use as little energy as possible to press yourself up into seated position, bringing the hands together at heart center, bowing the chin down to the chest, taking a moment to find a sense of gratitude and thanking yourselves for moving with me through this 30-minute practice. Hopefully you feel nice and relaxed and stress-free. Hope to see you guys again in the next video. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at JackieO_yoga and also follow Total Row at Total Row Buckhead. Thank you guys.